haven't done one of these videos in quite a while, but this is for new ocean owners. We have a lot of new owners out there, and I would like to walk you through just some basic things that could absolutely prevent you from having a potential headache and also allow you to have a much better time enjoying the ocean. Let's get just a couple things out of the way. Now, first of all, my car still does not have 2.0, okay? So you may or may not deal with any of these. The first thing I want to show you is the NFC reader, okay? The NFC reader works very, very well. So you can just do this, unlock the car. Of course, you can lock the car, okay? So the NFC reader does not need battery power. That will work even if the battery in this is totally dead, okay? Just so you know. Now, another thing that you might want to be aware of is if your key fob gets low, the NFC reader is right here, okay? So you would hold the key up to here if you were to get in, and it were, say, battery level low, hold key fob next to NFC reader, you would go right there. So that's an easy thing to know, to do. Now I'm going to get in here and show you a few other basic things for you. All right, now I always keep my key fob here. I just drop it in there. It's a great place for it. Okay, just a super quick tutorial here. Now my car is charging right now, and I'm actually going to stop that for you guys. But over here, let's just say you want to stop the charging without using the key fob. To use the key fob to stop the charging, you press the unlock button 2 times very quickly, like poof poof. I mean, right back to back, poof poof. Okay, but there's another way to stop the charging, and you simply go here to charging. And you can see here it has a button to stop charging. Now I'm going to show you here. Mine is charging. It's charging at 6.1. Usually bounces between 6.1 and 6.3. So you just press that to stop the charging. Okay, and you can see that that stopped the charging. So I'm actually going to get out here and unplug this. I'm going to show you something else. There is a little tab here. Now I've never had to use this. Okay, there is a little tab there. I've never had to use that. I've never talked to anybody that has needed to use that. But that is like an emergency pull cable. If you had trouble getting the cable disconnected, do not pull that unless you absolutely have to. That should be an absolute last resort, and then just barely pull it enough to undo that. But stay away from that unless you were to have to use it. So I'm going to unplug this, and then I'm going to show you some other things. Now the ocean is actually very intuitive. It's very easy to learn this because you have your buttons down here, your physical buttons, and you can always press that to go home. You've got all this to choose from. I'm not going to do any of that, okay? This is just a super quick tutorial for things that you might miss. So let's say you get in the car and you've started it, and for some odd reason you are wanting to move the car without your seatbelt on, okay? You would come over here and you would press that button to release the parking brake. But if you put your seatbelt on, it's automatically going to unlock, okay? It's dirt simple to know this stuff. You just pull up for reverse, down for drive, and then neutral's right in the middle, and then you have your parking brake, okay? And then, these are really simple to understand. To change the modes here, you press that. You're going to go between earth. I don't know if you can see that or not, okay? I have trouble seeing it. But that's earth, fun, and hyper. Now, I drive in earth. That's the most relaxed mode. Something else you might want to be aware of is your regenerative braking. Let's go to driving here. Now, the ocean automatically defaults to high regenerative braking. You can choose medium. You can choose low, okay? And, of course, it defaults to high. And if you leave it on high, it does have a very strong regen. You learn to throttle that with the accelerator, and you'll get really good at it over time. When you first start driving the ocean, you might think that it's too strong, but you will very quickly adapt to that. But if you don't like it, change it to medium. And then if you don't like that, change it to low, but you do have to manually come in here and change that every time, because every time you restart the car, it will go to high. So I do recommend that you get used to using it on high. Now something else, and this is very difficult to hold the phone and do this, okay? Maybe I could put it on my holder. Let's see, could I do that? Probably could do this for you guys. Let me put that in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put it here. All right. So to do a soft reset, let's say you get in the car and for whatever reason you have any type of error, software error. Let's just pretend that that has happened. Your first step is to do a soft reset. So you'd actually hold in here and you would hold in there. And I'm going to try to do this because this takes 20 seconds, okay? All right, I'm going to hold this here. It's probably crooked. All right, that's the best I can do and do this. But I'm going to do this for you, 20 seconds. You hold both of those buttons in, and if you count to 20, it's almost spot on 20 seconds to reset this. Okay, so let's just pretend you've gotten in the car and you get a funny error, whatever that may be. Okay, do this first. Okay, now you can see that cleared the screen, that cleared that screen, and you can do this while you are driving. Okay, just be careful if you're doing it while you're driving, but it definitely can be done while you are driving. And something that I leave off while I'm talking about this is I always leave that off, the lane keep assist, because I live on curvy roads. I keep that off 24/7 because it's just too much interference, and I've never left that on any particular car that I've ever had. So I always leave that off, and you can see this coming back up here, okay? And then the other thing that I want to show you, because this has actually changed over time, and I don't think it's going to be different for 2.0, but it did change from 1.10 to 1.11. It did change. So, everything's come up here. I have no errors. I don't have my seatbelt on. The parking brake's on. And that's on because that's the lane keep assist, and I keep that turned off, okay? The directions work really good. They're real time. They provide real-time traffic data. And you can just play around with all these. Just a super quick video to help some of you. I want to show you how to do a deep sleep. Let's pretend you get in the car and you have some funky error that the soft reset did not solve. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how to do a deep sleep. You may find this useful. Okay, so before you call a tech or you call Fisker, if you would try this, you'd probably find this super helpful. So you get out of the car, you notice that the door handles are extended. Okay, and the car is running. All right, the car is on. Okay, I have the key fob in my hand, the car's on. Come out here and open this door. And you're going to see that blue light is on. Now, used to, that blue light would turn red, but that is no longer the case. That has been changed. So you open this door, your charge port door, and then you press the lock button. Okay? Well, let me press it again. All right? You press the lock button, and now this is going to take usually about 7 to 8 minutes, and that light will start flashing. Usually. Now I'm going to pause the video and see how long it actually takes. Then I'm going to show you the light flashing. Okay, that actually only took 3 minutes. So you can see now that it's flashing. So that lets us know that the car has entered a deep sleep. So if you get any funny errors, okay, do a soft reset first. If that doesn't work, you can do deep sleep in just a couple minutes. Now sometimes it takes 7 or 8 minutes. It can take up to 15 minutes. But usually it happens very rapidly. So you can see there that was actually less than 3 minutes. Now you'll just have to trust me on the video because I didn't want to bore you to death. So now I'm going to get back in. I'm going to use the NFC reader. I typically just use the NFC reader. With 2.0, you don't have to use the 4-second rule, but if you're not on 2.0 and you press the unlock button and it doesn't do anything, count to 4. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, then press it again. And you'll get the handles to extend pretty much every single time that you do that. So, those are just some quick tips for you. You can change your charging settings. You can do all of that. So, I just wanted to show this is for new owners because we're getting a lot of new owners that do, new owners that are new to the Ocean. And the two things that you absolutely need to be aware of is the soft reset, the deep sleep, and you release the parking brake here. But with 2.0, that releases automatically and stuff. Even with mine, it really releases automatically. So that's just if you don't have your seatbelt on, stuff like that. If you have any questions, I've driven almost exactly 7,000 miles, so just let me know, and I'd be happy to help you in the comments if you have any questions or anything I could help you with. All right, hope you found this helpful.